Okay, folks, this video will get you started on the AutoMath assignment. When you open it from Google Classroom, this is the assignment sheet, you will see there's an example spreadsheet on the left-hand side, and on the right-hand side are instructions. So what you're going to do is follow the instructions 1 through 13. Now, I will tell you that we started out where I was having each student type in this information on the left on their own spreadsheet, and that wasn't really working out very well. So what you may do, instead of opening a blank file in Google Sheets, is you may go ahead and use this file that I've already typed. So you can do File, make a copy, and here's where you would want to give it your name, where it says Copy of. Okay. So I'm going to put Newton, and I'm also going to put a number after it because I've done this before. But you would just put your last name. And I'll hit OK. And notice it does take a second for the text box part to load. So don't be impatient, just give it a second and it'll load up for you. So you'll be here. We essentially just took care of 1, 2, and 3. And number 4, you're going to rename your sheet tab to AutoMath. These are your sheet tabs down here, so you're just going to rename it and call it AutoMath. Okay. Then number 5 is where you set up your formulas. And each section of this AutoMath has a different math calculation that you'll be using. This is the addition section, subtraction, multiplication, and division. Okay. This is very much like what we did in class together, learning how to use formulas. It's just a slightly different format to see if you can transfer that learning from what we did in class to a new environment. So what you're going to do here, on the total lines for each section, you will come up with a formula to do the math calculation. So here in cell C8, I would put in a formula to add up these two numbers. Okay. Once I have the formula put in here, I'm then going to use autofill. Remember, that's holding your mouse over the little blue box until you get a skinny black cross, and then you're going to, excuse me, autofill across so that it will carry your formula to the other sections. So you'll do the same thing here. This will be a subtraction formula where you're going to take this number from this number. Again, please use formulas. You are not just doing 26 minus 13 is 13 and typing in 13. You're using formulas. So you're either going to use this, or remember how we practiced in class, equal sign, and then you type in the cells you want to work with and use the symbol or function to create the formula. Okay. So you will do that for each section: addition, subtraction, multiplication, and division, and then autofill over to copy the information over. That is number 5. Okay. Number 6, you're putting a line under the data to show where the total line begins. Okay. So here's what I'm talking about. You know, in regular math, when you are doing an addition problem, you'll have 26 plus 13, then there will be a line that goes across before your answer. So that's what you're going to create here. And I give you a hint: use the border command button, not underline. Okay, so you're not going to find underline, you're going to find the border command button. And you'll want to hover over these buttons until you find it, and then you're going to, if you happen to be in these cells, like if you have these highlighted, and you go to the border command button, you would just put a top border on so that you have a line before your total. Okay. All right, so you'll do that in each section. Then number 7 tells you to use number formatting to make the numbers show thousands, comma correctly, and no decimals. Okay. This is just like what we did in class. You highlight anywhere you could have a number. Don't just go to the ones that are showing thousands, because we could change the numbers that are in here and you wouldn't want to have to reformat each one. Formatting is up here, and we discussed how to make it thousands with no decimal points. Okay. Number 8 and number 9. This is where we're going to work on some formatting, and formatting simply makes the spreadsheet look nicer for the user. And what we're going to do here is merge and center. So what you do first, you start with one row at a time. We're going to go here to the title, which is Auto Math, and I'm going to highlight A1 through G1. Then what you need to do is hover across these buttons on your button bar until you find the one for merge. You're going to merge the cells. And when you do that, you'll see that you no longer have individual cells, 7 individual cells. You now have one big cell for Auto Math. And then you're going to center it just like you would in a Google Doc. Then you'll do that for your name, and you'll do it for your day and hour. So that's number 8 and number 9. 10, I asked for you to add color to the rows where the math function titles are. That's here, row 5, so it would be this row. You would add color to it. Again, it's not going to be formatting the color of your text. It will be formatting color for the entire cells. So you'll want to use your button bar, hover over until you find where you can add fill color to your cells. You'll do that for the subtraction row, multiplication, and division. That is number 10. Number 11, I tell you, you can just add your own flair to it and make it unique to you. Number 12, this actually kicks off when you go ready to turn it in, so you don't have to do number 12. We've discovered that it turns it off once you turn it into Google Classroom. So you may ignore number 12 and then just turn in your assignment to Google Classroom. If you have any questions, if you've forgotten how to make formulas and how to format and that type of thing, take a look at our previous videos, okay, because I've gone through all of that information, plus we did it in class. So if you were here, you should have a clear understanding of how to make it happen. If you have questions, feel free to shoot me an email or catch me in class.